So today we're doing a split. So I take bees away, I give them more room, and that way the queen doesn't feel like she has to leave, i.e. swarm, and we'll actually get a honey crop. Normally when bees swarm, it's a really small chance that you get a good amount of honey. You can still get honey as long as you baby them really well. But fingers crossed I don't find any queen cells, which means that they want to swarm, or a dead queen, because I did give them something called Formic Pro. Formic Pro sometimes can be a little bit hard on queens and can cause super seizures, so they'll want to replace the queen. So I'll be interested to see what we have here, but I'm also going to take away the winter wrap because this week it's going to be 30 degrees and they definitely don't need insulation anymore. So let's get started. Right here is the Formic Pro. So this is the acid that I gave the bees. Still lots of bees here, which means they haven't swarmed. Really good sign. Okay, well, we have nectar coming in, lots of nectar coming in. We do have eggs, which means the queen did survive. There's some old brood. Yeah, everything looks pretty good here. This is just more brood, looks really good. Okay, so this is a food frame. What we're gonna do is we're gonna actually take this with us, because when we make our splits, so when we take all the bees away, we don't want to give them a bunch of bees to raise without food. So we're going to put a frame of food in here. We just have to make sure that we're not taking the queen with us. Lots of eggs in here, which is fantastic. My smoker's smoking me out right now. Put it on this side. Oh, I see the queen. And she's on this frame. She is marked blue, as you can see. So, this is a nice frame of brood that she's on, so we're going to keep this right in here. Double check that this is a frame of brood. It's really hard to tell with the sunlight, but I'm quite sure that's brood. I'll grab these other frames. This frame. Yeah, we got some brood in here. Let's check the next frame. I'll pick the one with the most amount of brood. Ooh, this one looks really good. Let's see this side. Yeah, you know what? I like this one. I'm gonna take this one instead. So what we have is food, pollen, brood, and brood. Now what we're gonna do is give foundation. We're gonna give a drawn frame so that they don't just completely ignore this side, and then we're gonna put the last foundation in here. And that is it. So there's about 3 gallons of syrup here. We'll see how long it takes them to actually finish it. There's not a ton of bees in here. There's only like 5 frames of bees, so I'll be interested to see how quickly they drink this. All right, so that's it. I've given them their syrup. I have the split from the hive, as you can see here. So what I'll do is I'll take this back to my bee yard. I add a queen, it just makes a new hive, and they should be able to make me plenty of honey for this year. So, to be honest, not 100% sure what I'm gonna do today. It really depends on what I see in this hive. If there's lots of brood, then we might split them. If there's not a lot of brood, I don't really know yet, but let's figure it out. They're building a lot of comb in here. It's a little alarming. Usually when they start building crazy amounts of comb, it means they're running out of room, and usually that means they're preparing to swarm. Oh, okay, it's just that spot. So what I didn't show you guys was that I gave them these things. These are called formic pro pads. So it has formic acid on it, and it's a mite treatment. So I'm just treating them for mites, and the acid bothers the bees just a little bit, but it penetrates the wax cappings, and that will kill anything. By anything, I mean burrow mites underneath the wax. This is a nice frame of resources. So right away I could actually see something I don't like on the next frame. So it looks like they've superseded. So this is a supersedure cell, meaning a queen was made and hatched out. I don't know if I could get a good shot of that. The treatment, unfortunately, killed the queen, which means that there's a new queen in here, which explains why they're so loud. And I wonder if we're going to be able to see her. I have no idea how old she is. I have no idea if she's mated. I'm going to tell you right now, they are acting like they don't have a queen because there's something called like a queenless roar. So they sound really loud as opposed to a hive that has a queen. They're very, very quiet. Just trying to see in the bottom of these cells whether or not there are eggs. Not really seeing anything. And I mean, for all I know, the queen could be out being mated right now. So normally, at this time of the year, I'm taking frames of brood and I'm splitting the colony up. There's no brood because the queen hasn't been alive for 2 weeks now. I think what we might do is just leave it. And what's going to happen is when I bring a nuke to replace this one, I could just continuously throughout the season give them frames of brood from this hive over to this hive, just to try to balance them out because I want them at about equal strength. But for now, there's kind of nothing we can do about this. I got to wait for the queen to come back and be mated, and that'll be it. All right. This is definitely interesting behavior. Okay. This is crazy looking. Look at this. This is so interesting. We're going to make their life a little easier and remove this entrance reducer. And now they could come in and out a little bit easier. Just put this down here. These are the Formic Pro strips that kills mites in the hive, so we remove those. It's a 14-day application. Today's day 14. I had them on a Friday 2 weeks ago. Okay. Gonna be very interested to see what we're gonna find. Let's start with this frame. I'll be very interested to see if we could spot the queen in this. There is larvae and stuff in this. Dig a little deeper. It's a full frame. Lots going on this. Oh, there we go. Oh, there's a queen right here. So, I don't know what the heck's happening in the front. It's just a lot of bees going out. I think it was just congested with the entrance reducer, but there she is. I am not finding any queen cells. I'm very happy with how this looks. Okay, so today we're doing a split. So we're going to be taking frames of brood away from her, and we'll be giving her more space because she's going to run out of room soon. I don't want her to swarm, and so we're going to get them out of here. Wow, removing that entrance reducer really helped. Now it just looks like a normal hive. We're going to take some frames of food. Is an empty frame. Yeah, we got some brood in this. And we got brood in this as well. Good. So that's a split. So we got 2 frames of food, sorry, 1 frame of food, 2 frames of brood, and 2 empty frames. Back here, we replaced those frames with foundation and 1 drawn frame. So what's this gonna do is the queen is going to need more room to lay. So I've given her 2 frames of comb and then 4 frames of plastic foundation. So this stuff has a little bit of wax on it, and the bees are going to build on this. Now, in order for them to build, they need nectar, which is why I brought a big container of syrup. It's a thin syrup, it mimics nectar, and they'll use that, that syrup to draw out those frames for the queen to lay in. So this is gonna be a good colony to check in again in 7 to 10 days. The amount of bees in here is not great, and I mean that in like a good way. You want to reduce that down so that the bees feel like they're not running out of room and that they're not too cramped. So we did exactly what we were supposed to do today. I'm really happy with how this looks. Now I'm just going to give them some syrup and we'll be on our way. Buckets on. This is 3 gallons of syrup. The bees should be able to eat this in the next 7 to 10 days, and then we'll be back to remove it. We're gonna see if we can find the queen.
My God.
Don't have much sun here.
How many bees do you think it can live inside there?
Right now there's probably like 5,000 or something.
Beautiful.
But by August it'll be like 30.
30,000.
Yeah. So the treatment that I used, they have acid in them. So what it does is there are like small mites that live inside the hive and it feeds on the bees. So to treat the bees, we use something called formic acid, and so that's what that is. It's like these patties with acid on it. It bothers the bees a little bit, but it kills the mites. So there's a trade-off there. Now the problem, under certain circumstances, sometimes it kills the queen, and unfortunately that's what happened here. So there is no queen, but I do know for a fact that there are lots of new queens that are going to be in here, because I have cells here that are from older queens that have came out. And so in the next few days, if not already, there is a queen that is going to go out, leave here, mate with boys from other hives, come back and start all over. So I have no worries that this is going to be fine. I think what I might do is I might just leave these bees alone. But I know that there is a new queen in here for a fact, because these bees are really calm. Usually if you go up to a hive and there's like no queen in there, they do not like you. They're very angry.
It's a mess inside.
Yeah. It's they don't have like any direction to go. So the fact that these bees are really calm and that they're not hitting me or bothering me, I know that there's a queen definitely in here.